When we improvise jazz solos, we want to sound like we're playing something cohesive that works together, that tells a story. We don't want our solos to sound disjointed, random notes that don't really make sense together. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a really great tool that you can implement in order to start making your solos sound really great, work together, and tell a cohesive story. Let's do this thing. What's up, Brent here from LearnJazzStandards.com, which is a blog, a podcast, and videos geared towards helping you become a better jazz musician. Make sure you subscribe at the button below, hit the bell notification button in case you haven't done so before to make sure you're locked into everything that we have going on here. Like I said, I want to share with you a really cool tool today called motivic development. Now, motivic development is a pretty simple concept. It's the idea of taking a melodic idea combined with a rhythmic idea and simply repeating that same idea just in different contexts. So for example, it may just be an alteration to that idea, or if you're playing it over a different set of chord changes, you can transpose that idea. And when you start doing this, it starts creating a narrative, a story that works together, and themes that you can play throughout your solo. So I'm going to be using a jazz standard called Out of Nowhere as an example here, and we're going to be looking at an etude from my Inner Circle membership in the Jazz Standards Club, which is a monthly jazz standard study. So we're going to use this etude and a line from this etude to show you an example. All right, so here is the etude, and we're really just going to be looking at this first line here. And this is over, like I said, the jazz standard Out of Nowhere. So if you're not familiar with that jazz standard, here's what it sounds like. And so on and so forth. Really great tune. If you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. So when we take a look at Out of Nowhere, now the etude is called Sudden Appearance, but we have a G major 7 to start, and that is the key of the tune. We're in concert G major. All right, then the next two chords are kind of interesting. It's a B flat minor 7 followed by an E flat 7. Now, the thing you should really know about those two chords is they have no relation at all to G major. Now, we call this a deceptive cadence. I'm not going to go into exactly what all of that means right now, but essentially we look at these chords and it's a 2, 5 to A flat major, right? So B flat minor 7 is the 2 chord, E flat 7 is the 5 chord. Now it doesn't resolve as you see in this next bar here. It goes to G flat major, which is the 1 chord. So we call that a deceptive cadence. But the whole point being though is that we are essentially an entire chromatic half step off of the key, right? I just played A flat major 7 right there. So the B flat minor 7 and E flat 7 are related to that key. So the big question comes up, well, how do I improvise over this? Like, of course we could just play, G major scale, and we could play, B flat Dorian, and then, E flat Mixolydian. But again, those are just notes, scales that they don't really make melodic sense, right? They're just linear patterns. So of course we could go to chord tones as well, right? And that's definitely going to be helpful for spelling out the chord changes. But again, we want to make melodies. So the idea of motivic development is we're going to take a melodic idea and make sense of it with another pair of chord changes. So in this particular case, if we look at that very first line here, starting on the G flat major, the sound is, okay? So let's take a look at what these notes mean in relationship to the chord G major 7, right? So we start with the B, and that's the 3rd. Then we go to the F sharp, and that is the major 7, right? Then we go to D, which is the 5th, B, which is the 13th. Then we go to E again, octave lower, it's the 3rd, and then end again on D, which is the 5th. So now, essentially, what we're going to do on this B flat minor 7, E flat 7 is take that exact same pattern, all the intervallic relationships. So now it's, okay, Okay, now that fits over top of the A flat major 7. Now again, of course, we're not playing A flat minor 7, A flat major 7. We're playing the 2-5 to it, the B flat minor 7 to E flat 7. So the notes in the relationship are going to be different. For example, on the B flat minor 7, that first note is the 9th, then it's the 13th, and then we have E flat, which is the 11th. Okay, so you have all these actual color notes being played over top of that B flat minor 7. But da doo 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 da doo da, back to the G major 7, right? But it sounds like this. Right? So you have this theme and melodic idea that we're simply transposing to fit over the next set of chord changes. When we do that, we can start creating melodic, nice sounding solos. All right, I could go further, right? But anyways, that is the idea of motivic development. So what I kind of want to ask you is, what other ways can you use motivic development in your solos? If you have any ideas or different examples to share, leave them in the comments below. Would love to hear from you. Now, again, like I said, this is an etude from one of our monthly jazz standard studies in our Jazz Standards Club, which is a part of my Inner Circle membership. So if that's of interest to you at all, I'm going to go ahead and leave that in the description down below. Also leave that in the card right there. Make sure you take action and give this a try in your playing this week. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Cheers.